Okay, so we've got a 308, a 2010 model, and we've got no heating coming through. The heater doesn't appear to be working. So what we've isolated it down to is the heater core, which from watching other videos from other people, it seems to be pretty common. So we're going to empty the coolant. And down there, we're going to take that lower hose off and empty the coolant out. We're going to change the coolant at the same time. There's a couple of bleeders in here that we're going to go through as well. We're going to need to bleed the system. And to fault this particular issue, you just need to take this panel off. Where is it? Over here. We're taking this panel off, and there's a hidden screw, which a lot of people have let us know about. That's a hidden screw, and someone's actually going to put a screw here. But if you're testing this, you need to get that panel off. You need to get the car to operating temperature, and what we've found is that this pipe here is operating temperature, and the outlet is not. So we've obviously let the car cool down, and it's the next day now. We're going to change it. We've gone online and we've bought a Valeo, which I'll show you now. So here's the Valeo heater core that we bought aftermarket. There's the part number there if you need to know. Once again, it's a 308. This one's particular as a Wagon, but from what I've read, the Wagons and the hatches are the same heater core. And this is what you get in the kit. So you get the heater core, which looks pretty good. You actually get this cover too, which I actually didn't expect. And more importantly, new seals, new clips and new screws, which I was hoping for. Wasn't sure whether we were going to get, but we did get that part number. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to use a flat blade, and we're going to loosen the clamp, which doesn't appear to be all that tight, which is not unusual. And we'll need to take off a fair way, undo it about 1/2 to 3/4. And then the key to this is how much mess are we going to make. Now, I'm going to take the jacket off. Roll up the sleeves. And we turn. Key is turn, always turn. Then we can let a little bit out at a time. Yeah, I don't want to make a huge mess, so I may want to put this pipe back on if we fill this container up. So I'm going to sit here like this. We didn't want to jack the car up. We're not using a hoist for this particular job. And look at that. We don't need to worry too much. I thought it might overfill that container. There we go. We just sit that down there. Let it drain out. And that'll do. So what we've done is we've put a blanket down or a mat down and some plastic, because this clearly there's going to be water or coolant in the heater core. We've got these clips to come off, but before we do it, I just want to get some stuff out of the way. So we've got this wiring loom, and I don't think anything else is going to get in the way. The wiring loom's got a clamp on it there, which I'm probably going to, Bruce might be able to see there's a clamp there. I'm going to remove that. You can see these screws. So I'm going to remove the screws first before I start to pull the clamps off. The less time we have coolant pouring out, the better. Like I said, the interior of this car is very good and I don't want to mess it up. Let's get onto that. Okay, so we've got the right size. For some reason this is quarter drive and it seems to fit perfect, but I think it's more like 8mm. But anyway, I'd be very surprised if it was AF. So you can use it. You'll probably be able to do it by hand with a socket. I've got the ratchet, of course. So, like I said, I don't think you can go too wrong with these. You can just do them by hand. They're not that hard. You may nip them up with a ratchet at the end, but remember, they're just going into soft plastic. And we'll cut the video there, but that basically, these are the screws you're going to need to take out. We'll put them on the side. What I'm going to do is put the light where I can see, and I'm going to take off this bottom tube first. I'm going to sneak this in here, as I've done. I don't know if Bruce can see. to take this off. Looks like it's going to come off by hand. Just want to see how that hooks on and what it's actually hooking to. Okay, so we can see how that hooks on. We've got no pressure in this. You can see the bottom edge sits on and it goes around the top. Yeah, this looks like it's been off before. And we don't have new tubes. There we go. Oh, that's exactly what we're expecting. So you can see how much has come out. Most annoying part of the whole job, really. Right, and we'll try and take the top one off. That's jammed in there pretty good. Pretty happy about that. Next one is up here. I don't think you're going to be able to see that, mate. No. This is old school, and I wouldn't advise you to do it. But it does give you a fair indication of where you're at. So you put your hands around here. And you can see this is blocked to the shit house. And then you go and replicate exactly the same process. Voila. Now trying to clear that would be pretty much fruitless. I wouldn't bother. Not for $200. There you go. Problem solved. What I'm going to do now, before we do anything, while we've got the space, I'm going to change these O-ring seals because we've got them in the kit. So underneath. Now, do you need to change the O-ring seals? I'd advise you do, but you could probably get away without doing them. But now they are a bit hard. There we go. Wow, they're really jammed on there, aren't they? Now, I'm actually going to keep that, just in case we have issues with the aftermarket ones. And over. There you go. So, lesson learned. Try again. Now, this pipe at the back is going to get in the way, and I don't want to damage anything. There we go. There we go. Oh, once again, I found something that needs to be done, and that is this friggin' clip that I've refused to take off. It does not want to come off. Okay, make sure you take that off because it gets in the way. Once again, we'll check the sleeves are okay. The grommets are on. We'll go in again. Back pipe is a little bit annoying in this cover here. Got it. It's hitting. Okay. Pipe at the back. Pipe at the bottom. So we're gonna screw the cover on. I'm pretty sure the O-ring seals are going to go on without any problems. once again, don't overdo these. They don't need to be tight. Just nip them up. And I would do the two screws that are furthest away from one another. There's one right up the top here, which is annoying. So I'm going to do the bottom one first. Bigger hole. Pointing down. There you go. Okay, so we've added the coolant, and you can see I've overfilled it. And now we're going to come down here, use this light, which is going to cause havoc. And we're going to unscrew that particular valve. I've actually loosened it and then tightened it back up just to see how we could go. Here, let's have a look. See, starting to leak already. Starting to let water out, or coolant I should say. Let's have a look on the floor. See, it's starting to drip out. And you should be able to see a nice steady stream. Now I've got excess coolant in the bottle over here, so I'm not afraid to lose any because the max on this is around about here. So I'm going to use all of that extra just to make sure. Before I go any further, I'm going to close that up. And I'm going to go to the back. Do the same on that one. Alright, so I was unable to do a video. I'm just by myself at the moment. I was unable to do a video and show you the bleed on that, but this black back bleeder here, I've just taken the cap. This is in the way at the moment. You can see that cap there, looks like a valve cap from on a tyre. Undo that, you'll see it'll come out till you got a steady stream. And then I'm going to come back to here, which is the highest point again. I'm going to do this one more time. Before I do that, I'm going to make sure that the water bottle has not run out. Top it up a bit more. This time I'm going to top it up just to the max. Okay, so we've sort of warmed the car up. It's getting there. But we now have a heater. It's actually pretty damn warm too, which is good because we're here in Melbourne and we're heading into winter next week. So we now have a very warm heater, and it's cost us about an hour's worth of work and $220. So I'm going to come down here and have a bit of a look and a feel, make sure we're not leaking. Well, hope this helps. Any questions, let us know.